Spray my water all over the place first by mistake. Sorry about that. Off to a good start. Okay, those of you who have been following our work for a while know what's probably going to be happening today. I didn't tease about it, but I mentioned the other day that we received a new batch of the Great Wave from Mokuhankan the other day. Day before? Yesterday. So, embossing the wave, yes, that's got korigami. Yes. Yes. That's what we're doing today. Here we are. I have a stack of about 50, I'm not quite sure yet how many. Stack of new versions of the wave from Mokuhankan, and they're very, very nice. He's done it again. He's just come up with a really, really good batch of prints. I can't find any problems. The blocks are holding up very, very well. All the tiny detail. We don't have any problems with this block set yet. Don't expect to. We talked about this a few months back when we passed the 1,000 mark. I cleared up a couple of places at that time. I cut out a few little bits that were starting to fill in a little bit. Cut this out. I can't detect any problems with this block set yet at all. No cracks, no pops, no breakdowns in the lines. We've passed 1,000 copies. Anyway, what we're going to do today, for those of you who are new here who don't know, the name has to go on. What we've got is another one of our polymer plates. Again, these are always difficult to show on the camera. I've got where's the perhaps it'll reflect and show. It's a polymer plate used for offset printing, and it's the words picture Katsuchika Hokusai, Hori Buru carver Bo Buru Davido, and then Suri Yamamoto Shun printer Yamamoto. And we're going to emboss this into all this prints today. And because he's already dried them out, we can't really emboss cleanly on dry paper. So what I do is I've got a bit of a moist cloth here. I just quickly, just very lightly, put a bit of moisture onto the front surface of the paper. Set it up and emboss. And there we go. And whether it's going to show or not on the camera, I don't know. We've always have trouble showing these. Is it visible or focused or not? I think it's there. So we have it. When these came in, what's today? Today's Friday morning. When these came in Wednesday afternoon, Cameron got to work right away. He started notifying people on our waiting list. And there's been, they're waiting for them. People have just been ordering them all over. Tiny dot of blue pigment here. Now this isn't going to take the full time of the stream today, I don't think, so I've got other work standing by. The microwave, the ordinary wave, so nay. So. Young Yamamoto-san, the printer who did this batch for us, he made a visit here yesterday afternoon. I was a bit surprised to see him because he's really, really busy. He's doing work for us. He has endless jobs stacked up for us. He's also doing work for one of the other publishing companies in town. He's working out of his own home, but he's doing work for the two places, for that company and for myself. So he is really, really, really busy. So we were kind of surprised to see him yesterday afternoon. Now, how can you get time out of your workshop? What's going on? You get back to work, whatever. And he says he had had a phone call the day before, or a couple of days before or something, from Kubota-san, who is one of the other printers also working for us, with us. And Kubota-san had phoned him, and I guess Kubota-san had said something like, you know, my workshop, it needs a bit of maintenance, and the grass outside is getting a bit long, and stuff like that. And that's enough of a hint. So from the older printer to say something like this, the younger printer, who is in his 20s, he knows what he has to do. He puts his tools down, gets on the train, gets over there with some tools, and starts doing yard maintenance for the older printer. But it's interesting, you know, I mean, I've never been in a formal apprenticeship here, and really there are no such things as formal apprenticeships anymore. But a lot of the old feeling and the mood obviously still hangs around, and it was enough for the older printer in his 70s just to say, boy, my yard's looking a bit messy these days. That's enough to tell the younger printer in his 20s what to do. Drop tools and get over there and clean it up. And what had happened was he'd been doing that yesterday morning, and we had a sudden strong rainstorm. So Kubota-san, the older guy, said, look, hey, thanks very much for helping me out here, but, you know, this is kind of silly, so knock it off, okay? So all of a sudden, Yamamoto-san's there. He's out of his workshop for the day. So he's got sort of nothing to do. He can't continue pulling weeds because it was pouring rain. So he came over here. He hung out here in the afternoon for a couple of hours upstairs, chatting with the printers upstairs and visiting me. We talked about future jobs and stuff like that. So there could be a whole thing here that I'm really not taking advantage of that I could, you know. I'm an older printer in my 60s, and we've got the younger kids around here in their 20s and 30s. And maybe I should drop those hints a bit more often, you know. Gee, this place is looking a bit underground, needs a bit of painting, you know. I see chat streaming by. It's difficult to catch all of it, guys, you know. Thank you, message. Thank you. Yes, so. Too much to read here. So this downstairs is looking a bit unfinished, you know. Although I should be careful. I don't mean to imply like Kubota-san is some kind of older jerk, whatever. He's actually a really, really nice guy. He's what all the people here call yasashi. Soft and kind and friendly. Sort of a bit of a pushover, actually. He's not a brutal guy at all. Now, some of the older craftsmen, when they get hold of younger guys, are just brutal. They beat me up when I was a kid, so you're going to get the bad treatment too. You know? Kubota-san is absolutely not like that. He's a total soft touch. Really, really nice guy. Oh, I know something else I was supposed to mention. Just a few minutes before the stream started today. I better say it before I forgot. I have Google alerts set up for different stuff. We get warned by Google when there's somebody posts about our Ukiyo-e Heroes project and stuff like that. And I got a Google alert for various NHK things. And it turns out that I didn't know about this, but NHK yesterday must have rebroadcast one of the old programs I did with him some years back. It says here, rebroadcast 10 of 5, 2018, the 10th of May, 2018. So this is a rebroadcast of an NHK program from a couple of years back, and it came into my Google alert this morning. I'll pop it in here. It's a 30-minute travel program, one of the ones I did for NHK maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And it seems to have been rebroadcast yesterday, which I didn't know about. And somebody's posted it on YouTube, I guess. I don't know. We check each of these. There's very few variations and very few things wrong. Sometimes we come up with a bit of a larger something, piece of bark in the sky, and if there is, I'll put those aside for now and pull it out later if I can. Sometimes it can't be surgery. Sometimes there can be surgery. This batch is looking okay. That program that's been rebroadcast there, that's the one where we went up to a place called Tendo in Yamagata Prefecture. And it's known for chess pieces, Japanese chess pieces. They're mostly made up there. And they have an event once a year, human chess, they call Ningen Shogi, where people dress up in older fashioned costumes and sit on a giant chessboard, and two grandmasters sit there and call the moves. And the human beings move around and pretend they're the chess pieces. I think this is a similar thing in Europe, in Italy somewhere, with Western chess. Maybe that came first, I don't know. Anyway, NHK's plan had been, they booked me for the program, then they contacted the people who play that chess game, and they wanted me to sit in. They wanted me to wear the old armor and sit in as one of the characters in the chess game. And the reply came back to them, sorry, this is, it's done by a lottery system. You can't just push your way in, put your name in the lottery. And if we pick you up, then you get picked up. And so NHK, I guess they put my name in or whatever, and it didn't come up. And it's funny that the place up there, you would have thought that they would have liked to get publicity, so they might have cooperated. But I guess they do it clear. It's apparently a really, high, what's the word? To get in there is really difficult, so there's no way they allowed NHK to push their way in, because the townspeople, they also want to do it. And you can't muscle your way in, so it's fine. Unfortunately, my name didn't get called, so we didn't get to do it. And maybe it's just as well, because when I went to the event, I had to sit in the audience and watch it instead of participating in it. But it was a hot, hot, hot day, and the people down on the chessboard had to sit there, like during the couple of hours that it took to play the game, all in this big, heavy armor. And although I was kind of glad maybe that my name didn't get picked, so. Well, I didn't get fridge. Fridge is upstairs from the sizing stream from yesterday. Sorry, I didn't bring it back downstairs yet. Sorry about that. Again, for people just joining, I've moistened the end of the paper there. It goes over this embossing, some characters here. And these are now getting embossed into the paper, deeply pressed into the fabric of the paper. There's no ink involved, it's just embossing. think we can show it. It's a bit blurred, I think. The camera won't focus quite that close. But the embossing is now on the side of the print. Again, it says the designer's name, Hokusai, carver's name, David Bull, me, and the printer's name, Yamamoto Shun. I'm sorry it's not such interesting work, but it's got to be done. These have got to fly out of here today. They'll leave here this afternoon. They'll go to our Ome workshop, and on Monday morning, by the time all the orders have piled up, they will all be sent off Monday. And it's a couple of $1,000 just for the postage. 50 prints like this, about $30 each for postage. We subsidize about half of it. The customers pay about half. We pay about half. So it's about $1,500 or so for the postage just for this batch. I think I heard a question in the question box. Obviously not going to get through this so easily and smoothly today. Twitch questions. Yes, something in there. Somebody's asking about the lady in the water print, and I'm sorry, I still haven't managed to get that into production yet. I apologize for that. It's a simple print. It should be in our catalog. I just haven't managed to schedule the printing of it yet. I'm very sorry. I know it's going to be a really popular item, but I haven't got it yet. Just every day for me is triage. I try and get my list of jobs on the list, and because that one doesn't have a specific deadline, it just ends up getting pushed back a bit. You know, other jobs like just this little simple trivial job today. This job has a deadline. If I don't do this, the next person in line can't do their job. And so many of the things that I do are like that. There's very few jobs that I do that are just isolated by themselves. Everything has people waiting downstream. So all the jobs that come up that have downstream people waiting, I have to do those first. So I'm very sorry, the lady in the water isn't available yet. Once I finish this today, I've got another embossing to do. Kubota-san sent another batch of Ukiyo Heroes prints. And then I've got to work on the share certificate job today. That's pretty much almost finished now. The share certificate for the Patreon subscribers. The Photoshop work is done, and now I've got to make the woodblock print that goes inside it. Actually, that'll probably be on tomorrow's stream, actually, now that I think about it. I'll be doing the preparation of the woodblocks today. And I'll be carving, almost certainly I'll be carving that tomorrow morning. But it'll be a very different kind of block, something like you've never seen us use before. $1,500 per print to post. It's 1,500, no, yen and dollars, you mean? No. We're paying about 3,000 yen per print to mail these things, and the customers pay about 2,000 each, I think. It's insured, it's express, it takes 3 days pretty much anywhere on the planet. It's an excellent service, we're not complaining about it, but it's too much to ask the customers to pay the full postage cost, so we subsidize about half of it. Yamamoto-san, he's such a good kid. He's working so well for us. You know, these are just identical. They're so nicely, you know, just one by one by one. The weaker printers, you know, they do sort of okay, but there's so much variation from sheet to sheet. He's just doing it so nicely. There's just almost no perceptible variation from one to the rest, one to the other. You know. This gradation, to get this gradation in exactly the right shape and exactly the right level, this is not trivial work at all. You know. Anybody can do a gradation. You put it down, you put it in the brush, bang, it comes up to a certain point. But to get the black to the same level, the same line on each one, you know, you just delicately grade. You want it like solid black to here, then nothing here, and then a gradation in this area. And that's really, really stupendously difficult to do. It's easy to put from 100 to 0 over a wide place like that. It's much more difficult to do 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, gradation, and then 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. I'm really happy with what he's doing for us. We pay him well for this. He's happy to do this for us. We pay him well, but he earns his money. Absolutely, he earns his money. And he hasn't said anything about it, but he's got to be happy that his name is going on these. You know, these things are going to last for a couple of 100 years or longer. I don't know, whatever. He's got to be happy that his name goes on there. Hokusai, Bull, Yamamoto. Nice combination here. 1.2 embossings per minute. Nothing to do but count my time. Sorry, it's not so interesting today. It's a job I've got to do. I'm sorry. There's just no way around it. Questions? Should we pop up this here? Excuse me, I should have put this up. Here we go. Hi. Yeah, throw your questions in. I mean, I can talk while I'm doing this, but I can't actually just simply watch the stream all the time. So yeah, if there's questions, throw them over. I've got about, whatever, I'm about not quite halfway through this stack. About halfway through, I guess. Then once that's over, I'll be switching back to my carving work. We'll have time today, right? What time is it today? Yeah. But this has to get finished first, I'm sorry. So consistent name, so consistent. We had a funny, semi-funny experience in the shop yesterday, and I'm not quite sure what to think about this. I'd done the video. Well, we put up a new video. What's today? Today's Friday, so Wednesday night did I put up that new video, the one talking about the Japanese books. And when I did so, I guess if you guys have seen it or not, I don't know. Most of you have seen it. Near the end of that video, at one point, what I did was I took an old book apart. I cut the strings to show how the inside book was made. We'll resew it later. No problem. That's an easy, trivial job to resew it. But then, closer to the end of the video, I did something else. I took some scraps, some really, really old, totally useless, worn-out scraps of books. And I took a couple of them and I tried to show how stuff might have been wrapped. I scrunched them up and wrapped a couple of teacups, or a teacup, And when I did so, some of the staff who knew what I was going to do said, Dave, you probably shouldn't do that, because this is an old, valuable book. And my comment, well, it's an old scrap piece of paper. It's not valuable in the sense of valuable money-wise. But they said, it doesn't matter. It's an old piece of paper. Treat things with more respect. Everything should be kept as it is. You can't spoil something from 1860, like that, whatever. But anyway, whatever. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of those torn, scrapped sheets. They really aren't interesting. They don't have any value. There's almost nothing left in them. So I just took two of them in the video and lightly scrunched up a teacup, Actually, once I was finished, I took the sheets and laid them out flat again, and you can't see there was anything done with them. But anyway, the point being, I was worried about getting a bit of blowback. People might sort of scream and yell, you can't destroy old stuff, you're an awful person, and don't do this and don't do this. And so far, in the comments on the YouTube video, there's been no specific problem about that. But yesterday afternoon, one of the ladies, a customer, was here. She did a print party. And then we're chatting in the shop afterwards. And it turns out she's interested in old books. Now, she hadn't seen the video. She didn't know about it. Just went up the night before. And she was asking me, David, do you know any place where I can get information and talk about the old Japanese books? I'm like, well, you should have been here yesterday because, we were making a video about that yesterday. So I chatted with her about it. And then I showed her, and I've got it here actually. I showed her the stack of scraps that I had used when I was making that video. They're totally, absolutely worthless, complete nothing. They're torn, they're separated, there's no page order. They're thumbed so badly, you can't even see anything left. It's just become like a piece of soft crap cloth, it's just nothing, And she's like, where can I buy this stuff? And I'm like, well, no, nobody sells them. These are just the leftover things in the bottom of the junk drawer, Like there's, I think this is the one at the bottom. This is the one I actually wrapped up on the teacup. And because the paper's so flexible, I didn't destroy it. I just wrapped it around the teacup. You know, you can do it. You can wear them. Where's the camera? You can scrunch them up, and you open them up a few minutes later and just flatten it out, and it just comes okay. It's just like a piece of cloth rather than a piece of paper. You know, you can't scrunch up paper and expect it to come open. You know, you get a Western piece of paper. You can't scrunch it up and then expect it to come back to life. It doesn't work. But this is like cloth rather than like paper. So I didn't actually destroy those things. And she's saying, where can I buy this? Where can I buy this? Where can I buy this? And I'm like, well, we don't really sell these things. But then after she's left, we're thinking about this. Would people be interested in this stuff? What would I do? I mean, Widison's got tons of this stuff. He's had to buy them as part of the package. Getting a set of good books, he has to buy the bottom of the box as well. And none of it matches up. And there's no way, I'm not going to sit here and try and figure out how to match this and which page goes with which page. That group looks like it might go together. It says page 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. There's a sequence from a book, but it's separated from everything else. You know. So I don't know, you know, she says it's interesting, you should be selling these, you should get them out on the market and blah, blah. And I don't know. I know there's a real difficult point here. I know there are dealers down there downtown who do things like taking a good book, cut the strings, take it apart, and put the individual pages for sale in their shop. Because when you think about it, you know, to buy, whatever, if this was a complete book, to buy the book for $100, not so many people are going to do this. But if there's 20 pages in there, and to buy the individual page for $15 or $20, the dealer can sell the thing actually for like $200 by virtue of smacking it up and separating it and sending the pages off to different places. And I despise that kind of idea, and we will never do that. We don't break up books. And as part of that policy, as part of that feeling, I've made it my policy never to sell single book pages. Even, you know, if we saw something on auction or whatever, buy one book page and then we could sell it for a profit, I don't want to do that. We've never done that here because we don't want to encourage that idea of breaking up old books and selling the parts. It's disgusting, so we won't do it. But now here, we're getting close to a situation where we're sort of thinking about doing that. There's this old, already broken up stuff. Do we just sell this little bit of a broken book? Here's another one. It's just 2 pages by itself, isolated from everything else. It's a cool little print. But I don't want to get into the business of doing book pages because that just encourages dealers and whoever. Well, they do go together. No, they don't go together. It encourages the breaking up of books. And I really, really, really don't want to do anything that goes in that direction. So I don't know, whatever. Feedback, please, but I don't know, whatever. Who's that? Sugar-san, Cameron-san. It's really quite early. 8? No, it's 8. It's about Cameron time, yeah, so. It is Cameron-san. Hi, good morning, good morning. It's shirt sleeve day today, is it?
Yeah, it is
Good.
warm
It's
again,
warm again.
finally.
Okay. For today, tomorrow, who knows?
Yeah.
It's up and down.
The sun's
up and
come
down.
out today, at least.
Really? I thought it was raining. Okay.
Yeah, very, very nice.
I was checking again this morning to see if the smell was back, and I couldn't detect it this morning. You know,
Okay.
so I
That's
went
good.
upstairs, waited for you. I came downstairs, and I couldn't catch the smell.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe my diagnosis yesterday was a bit too hasty. I don't know. It's embossing. The meeting seems ready for you. You've been taking the orders yesterday, right?
Yes.
One after the other. So I've got to get my
Yep.
part here. Get them ready. Coming on. These are such. It's a good batch. You know.
Yeah.
He's been consistent. One to the next. I can't detect any difference. The black is deep, but the gradation ends in the same place. The blues are rich. It's just he's done a really, really, really good job. You know, I'm very happy with that.
Wow.
And did I tell you he's going to start another batch right now?
Away?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
He knew how many. Once he found out how many people are waiting, you know, we're normally going to, for the stream here, we would do a batch of these great waves, then do another print, and then do another batch.
Yeah, I go back and forth.
So, but the block, we've used this block set so little this last few months. This is the first, not the first batch.
First
this year,
batch
second,
since January.
since January. So the blocks haven't been, you know, so it's okay. Have the blocks pulled out again, do it again. What I'm doing today, I'm embossing. I've got another about 20 sheets left, and
Oh,
I'll
wow.
switch back to carving. So.
Oh, wow.
And
Were
I
you
think
also unboxing another print?
there's Mario waiting.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But to make the stream more interesting, I'll move on.
Okay.
And we've got a bunch of Mario still in stock. So
Yeah, so no immediate.
no rush on that. So we'll do it later.
Join you.
Sure, take it up. There's been lots of conversation I've missed. I think a bunch of new people were here. What's going on? So the stream has been explaining to new people what's
Catch people
happening.
up.
So, cool. Hang a sec. Where you go? And then there's been a semi-conversation about these book things. Were you in the shop that yesterday when that lady was here who was interested in books and stuff? And like I want this, I want this, I want this. You know.
Yeah.
And I've been chatting about this. We've got broken old books, but I don't want to encourage the distribution of book pages.
Yeah, you want books.
So, well, it's not just that, but like brand X company downtown, I've physically seen the girl behind their counter scissoring up books and putting the sheets in the bookstore separately. Because there's a book might sell for $100 in the shop with 20 pages.
Yeah.
Nobody will buy it, or not so many people will buy it.
Yeah.
But if she splits it up and puts it in the shop, $20 per page, or 25 or $30 per page, ancient Japanese Edo era book page, $30, she will get $600 for the book. So that's why they do it. They break them up.
Yeah.
Now, we didn't break these. Wow. This is just already broken half of its missing thing.
Yeah.
But if I start that policy of putting book pages in our shop, antique Edo era book page, look how good it is, $40.
Yeah.
It's just encouraging that style of business to break up old books.
Yeah.
So I don't want to touch that.
Such an interesting image they did. It looks like something that people would do very modernly.
I think it's a ghost image. The guy's, I don't know, I can't read it, but he's come back as a ghost, I think, so we can't see his body. We can just see his shape. I think there was a right and left. That's the one I used.
Yeah. There's the ghost.
So I'm torn between two. They're really interesting. Lots of people would want them, but I don't want to traffic in
partial books.
Yeah, it's like the elephant ivory thing. That elephant's already dead, so it's okay to sell the tusk. But by selling that tusk, you're promoting the shooting of elephants.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's a bit of a dramatic analogy, but it's the same thing.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Someone said they look like top-notch kindling. Oh,
I'm sure they would burn. Yeah, absolutely. The thing is, we're talking about they're so soft. They're like fabric.
Yeah, it's very, very soft.
The two sheets that I scrunched up yesterday for wrapping the cup for the video, I can't tell which ones they are. They just came back flat. Because it's cloth. It's not. We showed on the stream one day. You scrunch up paper, it doesn't come back flat.
Right.
But this stuff is cloth. It's not paper anymore.
Wow.
It's so cool. So difficult to open them. I got in trouble on that during the video. This is about a 1 minute long pause in that video while I'm trying desperately to open a piece of book page.
I want to open a page. Thanks, Ted Steve. Someone asked, why is he rubbing what looks to be a completed print? And then Steve answered, you're bossing the name.
So it's been going on and on. I don't know if I can show it. It really is difficult to show.
Oh, you can see a little bit of it. It's not.
I think if I put this side light, I'm just going to try this. I don't know if we can get this. The light sort of shines up here a bit. Let me try.
There, yeah, you can see.
Is that showing better?
Mm-hmm.
Is it in focus or not? I can't tell.
Not perfectly, but you can see the general shapes at least.
And it's Katsushika Hokusai, and it says Katsushika Hokusai, picture by Hokusai. Hori Buru David Suri Yamamoto Shun. And that's going to, 200 years from now, people will still be reading,
Yeah. Yep.
It's ego. Me and my buddy Hokusai, world famous artist.
World famous. Only separated by 200 years.
Whatever. We're doing a good job. I have no hesitation about putting my name beside his. We are doing a really, really good job of making these things.
Yeah. interesting that some of them are partially colored in.
Well, that would be the owner.
After the
No,
fact?
of course. That's the owner. You know, somebody got either they own themselves or a kid. This is really, really common.
Scene is looks like perhaps a samurai with a dragon, and someone's colored in part of the dragon. Sorry, no, this is not the main focus of your stream. I'm just fascinated by the book because it's right in front of me. Old-timey coloring books. This must have been countless blocks of wood.
Well, it's only the cover that's colored. Eh? The inside
Right.
pages are just black and white.
Right, but even so, that's
20 blocks, whatever.
Yeah.
20 pieces of wood. It doesn't matter. It was just all in a day's work for those guys. you know.
yeah.
And they wouldn't keep it. You know, the popular serial books, yes, they'd be reprinted. So the blocks are there in a storehouse until some fire comes along and blows it all away.
Yeah.
But if a book started to fall out of popularity, that's it. It's gone.
Yeah.
Okay, those blocks would go on the stove. If they're thick blocks, they'd get thinned
Planed
down for used again. If they'd already been done, that's it. Throw them in the stove.
Yeah.
Because once you're out of favor, you're out.
Yeah.
I heard also too. Sometimes what they would do is the Edo publishers, if a book might have been popular in Edo, in the capital city,
Right.
but then after a while it falls out of fashion or something goes wrong. But up in Morioka or something, the Hicks in the countryside, they're still hip for this. So the blocks would be sold to regional publishers and stuff like this.
Okay.
And there was an NHK program about this some years ago. They found some old blocks, and they were found in a storehouse up in like northern Hokkaido, Tohoku somewhere.
Wow.
Along with some stuff that had been printed with them. So yes, the blocks and stuff would make its way out into the countryside bit by bit by bit. The sophisticated Edo people, we don't read that stuff anymore. That was in fashion 2 years ago, but out in the sticks, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know the time frame, but remember, nothing was being broadcast. If something was popular in Edo at that time, the people in the sticks, they would never hear about it. They wouldn't know about it. There was no radio, no TV, no nothing. The only way for them to find out about it is when the physical objects gradually, at some point, had spread their way out.
Yeah.
So you can imagine a set of blocks that was not useful in Edo anymore, instead of being sold cheaply to some entrepreneur who thought he could sell it in Morioka. And the guy would get up there, and the townspeople up there would go nuts. This freshly printed, thing.
New books.
Wow.
Yeah. I suppose the further in the future we get, the more people will squish together time frames. Maybe someone will think you worked along Hokusai.
When you look at it from that point of view, from the year 5000 or something, yes, he and I are neighbors. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I got that when I did that 100 Poets series. That's already happening.
Yep.
I know Shunsho, the guy who drew the book that I reproduced, the book was done in 1775. But the first poet in this series, Tenchi Tenno, he lived in 700. So his jump to Shunsho is 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Shunsho's jump to me is 200 years, 220 years. So much closer. Much closer. So.
Yeah. Nubius had some good questions, and Dead Steve's on a roll.
Answering good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks. Talking about what happens with finished key blocks. You were actually just talking about it with these books. Those key blocks would, in the past, either be burned or
recut or burned
recut,
for ephemeral work. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
yes,
for things like these books. But for us, we just...
Our key blocks are treasures. Our wood blocks are treasures. Absolutely. It's our capital.
Without them, you can't make any more prints. So no burning of key blocks here. Or color blocks for that.
Well, eventually, for example, when this great wave block does get to the point where it's really not printable, we've talked about this. We're just over 1,000 copies. We're easily going to pull 2. If we're careful, we should get 3,000. It might need some repairs here and there on the parts that get the most wear.
Yeah.
But at some point, like with the party block we've got there running, it'll be retired. At that point, because of our history with this, because of our YouTube videos, because of our talking, that key block for Dave's original Great Wave set, it then comes into a different kind of value. That won't go in the stove, of course, because it's, wow, there it is. There's the block that Dave carved on those YouTube videos and stuff. So it will have its own inherent value at that time, I don't think we would sell it. I mean, this might be after I'm gone. I don't know what the time frame is here. I think that would be a cool, valuable, interesting object in its own right. And also, we don't have a wood stove here, so
LSM590 says, people will say, look at this octopus by Hokusai and David Doburu. They didn't have Instagram back then? No, unfortunately. It wasn't making its way out of Edo up to Morioka or Akita too quickly.
The octopus, I don't know when I can get back to the camera and send home to me. I've got to do it. You saw that letter? There's an exhibition going on somewhere in Italy or something right now. They're displaying the octopus.
No.
You forwarded it to me.
Did I?
About that woman who said, when are you going to get back to the octopus? Because there's an exhibition.
Okay.
Was it in Italy, I think? There's a Hokusai exhibition in Italy.
Yeah.
And because, unlike some countries, it's cool there. They're displaying that octopus print as part of the Hokusai exhibition. Yeah. Huh. And I guess they don't have it in the shop at the edge of the exhibition, but man, if it was there, of course. Yeah. So I'm missing out on so many opportunities by not getting that thing into production.
Yeah.
But the days just fly by. Today also, I've got to get that share certificate. Yeah. Actually, can you pass me the one behind you there?
This one here?
Yeah, what I've done, I've got it mocked up at last. I went out to the copy shops last night. The problem is they spread out the PDFs, so I've got to get, how am I going to print this? Kinko's won't take outside paper anymore. I want to print this on washi, and Kinko's will only allow the copy papers and the variety of papers that they have in their own stock. No outside paper. Yeah. So I can't do it at Kinko's. So we're going to have to do it at the 7-Eleven or Lawson.
Okay. They will take outside paper, I didn't
know. They don't, if the clerk looks the other way, I just put it in myself. The new Lawson there, the copy machine is in the back.
Yes.
It's in the back where the clerks can't see it. So I just take my...
In the Denki-kan? Is that the name of that?
Yeah. That's how I make my hanshita. I spray the... that's why I've been making all our hanchitas.
I did not know that.
Shh. If she sees you, they'll come out. Kaksan. I know they're locked. The drawers for the paper putting in are locked. But it's not a key lock. It's a little switch. You pull the drawer part way out. It catches, and you reach in underneath to this spot here, click it, and it opens up. And I know how to do that. I downloaded the manual. The Fuji Xerox manual is online, so you download it. Look where the secret latch is for this thing. You open it up. So the new Lawson is great because she can't see what you're doing. There's a mirror on the roof, but the chance of her looking in the mirror and seeing me crouch down and open the drawer at the same time, it doesn't matter. So
everyone is losing their minds over this, laughing.
What's wrong with that?
Sneaky, ha ha.
I'm not hurting anything. I'm just putting my own. I'm not going to destroy it. Put my own paper in the copy machine. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
So we'll do that.
You're a renegade.
we're going to get Awagami washi. They've got some nice paper for inkjet printing and laser printing, and because we want the certificate to be A4 size, we're going to have to go with A3 size paper because we need to put registration marks on it so that we can cut it and then print our own woodblock print in the middle. I guess this is the secret is out. This is a black and white copy, but this is what it will be. We're going to use the famous Akafuji in the middle of the share certificate. It'll be a red Fuji with a blue sky and stuff like that. So first step is to go to the copy shop, print the certificates on washi paper, but they don't allow, the modern machines don't allow scaling. You can't punch up 57%, 58%.
Yeah.
So I've had to put dummy text in here so that the machine sees that's where the edge is, scales it to full, and gives me this thing at exactly 297 millimeters. So I had to go back and forth, testing this thing.
Trying to get that
part. So the specific machine, 7-Eleven wouldn't read my PDF file, the machine there.
What?
No, but the one in Lawson reads the PDF file and makes nice color prints.
Okay.
Makes nice color prints. So we'll do that. We'll print the batch. I need 50 or 60 for this first certificate. We'll print them in color on washi at the Lawson copy machine, scaled up to exactly the right size. I will then cut it on this corner. That's going to be the registration marks. Print it. Notice what I'm doing. So I'm going to print it upside down.
Yeah.
If we put registration marks at the bottom and then printed it, the corner from the registration mark up here would be a long way.
Yeah.
The farther you get from the registration marks, the more difficult it is to keep your registration tight. So I'm going to print the thing upside down. I'm going to, put the blocks upside. It doesn't matter what you do. You can do anything like. So the registration marks will be here, and it's very, very close to the image. So I'll be doing my gradation on the mounted upside down, but whatever, doesn't matter at all. So, and then out they go. Bang. We have to get some packaging for them. So the finished certificates will fit within an A4 size, although they're not A4 AB. They'll be the length of an A4, and they'll be a little bit narrower. Because that's the original shape of the original share certificate that we used for a base. So I think Koringami's here today. We can post the images of the original that he started with and the Photoshop version.
Show off his skills, because that's amazing.
He did a good job. So Although I do have trouble. When I tried to print this out last night, I had trouble with the glyphs. Some of the glyphs didn't come through properly.
Huh.
So I'm not sure. We're not actually home free yet.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what's happening on that score. And probably tomorrow, in the stream tomorrow, I will probably be carving this sky and this mountain.
Okay.
If I have a chance today to get the blocks ready for it. I got the wood yesterday from Aoyama-san. I've got to set up a carving setup for it.
Yeah.
So it should be happening over the next couple of days.
Cool. That's exciting stuff moving forward.
Well, it's late. They should have been shipped in May, and they're not going to be shipped in May now, obviously. Well, we might make it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Might make it.
It's not quite mid-May yet, so.
That's a question, yeah, I think so.
Korean says, if you flatten the image as a JPEG, there shouldn't be any problems with the writing, the text there, so maybe we can give that a shot too.
Yeah, the problem then becomes resolution, because JPEG resolution is not, when you've got a PDF file or a TIFF file, you can instruct resolution. You can 350 or 600 DPI or whatever.
Yeah.
The JPEG images, they're originally set for a resolution of 72 per inch, because that was how the JPEG format was handled by browsers.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you're printing out JPEGs on those copy machines, it all becomes, max you can get is 72. And I need around 600 for this one.
Yeah.
I think the file Koringami worked on was a 600 DPI file. So it's not trivial.
Okay.
And also JPEG, of course, is a lossy format.
Yep.
We're going to get a lot of artifacts and stuff.
Yeah.
And those machines don't take a PNG format.
Of course they don't.
So when we're going to work through it, but to do that, though, all that engraving on that thing as a JPEG, we'd lose all the delicacy. And we've come so far to keep a good job on it. So.
Yeah. Twitch questions. Here we go.
Multiple?
No, it's just the name of the folder. Twitch questions. Aha. Hi David, how is your feeling about Kuchie prints and selling those without the original books if they're taken out and considered now somewhat individual pieces of art and are highly collectible? So it's since you were saying you don't like the idea of tearing these apart, but you do like Kuchie.
So. Well, there's only one thing. I know the number of magazines with the Kuchie in them that survive. If I did get one, I would keep it in. I wouldn't tear it out. Absolutely.
Okay.
They were torn out back in the day. People who owned the magazine tore the Kuchie out, kept that, threw away the magazine. So we now have tens of thousands of Kuchie here in the shops. We don't have any of the magazines.
Huh.
So it's a bit of an academic question. I do have one at home in my collection. Did come up on auctions one day, a magazine with one. So I bought it, and of course I would never rip it out because it's such a rare item.
Okay.
So I'm not sure,
Yeah.
These books, we have lots and lots of the books as they stand, and I will not knowingly destroy them.
Yeah.
But the Kuchie that we have were taken away from their original source back in the day. So
Yeah. Okay.
I think the question overlaps. And as I said, I wouldn't tear one out if I managed to find one in the original format. Of course I wouldn't tear it out.
Yeah.
Okay, we're at the bottom of Yamamoto-san's stack here, so I'm not sure. The last few copies here may have problems. I should be careful here.
Yeah, someone said if I join Patreon now, can I get one of the certificates? It's 12 months, right?
It's 12 months, and what you'll do is, what we're going to do with this, can you pass me that one back?
Yep, okay. Sure.
What we're going to do, the current plan for this is this. The certificate itself, the body of the certificate is going to be, as I said, laser printed. It's got spots for the dates and for a number. This circle will be a woodblock print. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on 12-month cycles. Now we're actually at the end of the first 12 months. We're going to print this with this specific Fuji-san in here.
Okay.
We're going to sign it and blah, 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 blah. I signed this certificate, dated this. So I will date these, the 11th day of May 2018, David Bull. The person's name is going to be here. And we're going to number them starting number 1, 2, 3, from the time that people joined the Patreon campaign and doing it. So the first batch, the people who are going to get this month are the people who have been with me for 12 months.
Yeah.
So this share certificate now will be alive for the next 12 months. Then when we come around to the next cycle, if, for example, the person who got this first one is still with us 12 months later, we can't send the same one again. So that's my cutoff point. That's the point when this set of blocks will be retired and a new image will go into the front.
Huh.
Now, when that will happen, well, it'll be 12 months from now, but what number will be there, I won't be able to tell.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do. It will be alive in this exact format for 12 months, and then that will be replaced with a different image for the next 12 months. The certificate will stay the same. Numbers will increase just as we go. And each time I send them, we do this on a monthly basis. We sign them each month. So the dates will be, so it's person's name, the date I do it, my signature, numbers increasing, and that picture changes every 12 months. Cool. So nobody will get the same certificate in terms of pictures if they stay with us.
Yeah.
And as far as when you join, if you join right now today, it's giddy. 12 monmonths from now, will it still be this one? That will be
sign up now if you want Akafuji, maybe.
Well, no, I think you're too late for that, aren't you? I don't, because this should have been gone. This should go in May, which is the people who have hit the 12th payment.
Ah, yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. So if somebody signs up now,
they charge.
Remember, they only charge
on the first of a month.
If you sign up now, they don't charge you now. That's the way Patreon works.
So your first payment will come June 1st.
June 1st. So you'll be getting. I think we're too late. So I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Do it now. Do it now. No.
Do it 2 weeks ago. Do it 2 weeks ago.
No. I don't know. I don't want to get into that game of trying to force people to push something that you can get something that nobody else has. I don't want to do that. We're doing these things as well. It's a thank you to people who are doing this. Mm-hmm. What is it, about 60 people, I think, at that level in the Patreon campaign? 50 or 60
I'm not
people.
sure. I'd have to.
It shows. If you jump to jump to Chrome there.
Yeah.
Jump to Chrome. It's in Windows 6.
There.
And in one of the tabs is a Patreon tab.
There it is.
And if you click it's there. It shows you. If you go right-hand side, it'll show the share levels, and it shows the number of people. You've gone too far, I think.
Basic, GB, and share. 61.
But that's 61 at the moment, so it won't be 61 who got this exactly a year ago.
Yeah.
So. Okay. And then I don't know, do we do it after that image has been retired? Do we make it available in the shop or something? We're trying to decide what to do now about the chibis.
Yeah.
We're now recycling into a new set of chibis. Mm-hmm. So I think this last group of 3 or 4 here, his rejects, he's got a bit of a blue dot here. I think Yamamoto kind of sorted them out. He's put the ones at the bottom that are a bit marginal. Yeah, look, there's a dot in the sky. So I think I better stop here. Okay. This is what we expected. Out of the 60 sheets we send him, they're not all perfect. And I think we've got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The last 8, I think, these are where we draw the line, and we won't send these. This one's marginal. I think this is a bit of a light touch here. Can't see any defects. It's hard to tell. There's just where do you draw that line between what's okay? When there's a clear problem, it's okay. Like there's a blue mark on the boat. I think we're okay. I think we're okay for 2 more, and this last batch will be into the sorry didn't quite make it pile.
Pretty good set though. All but 2.
Oh, he's doing really well. So, remember, he's been at this for a while now. This is not the first time he's done the sprint for us. He understands the quirks of that block set.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But don't open Safari, please. Yep, I avoided Safari.
There was tons of problems yesterday when I was doing the I think it wasn't at our end. I was clean. I was clear. It showed no drop frames. Wi-Fi was okay. Continuous stream. But their end said it was like gone for 3 minutes or something.
Oh, weird. What's the value of the chibi print? I only asked because there's a cutoff for import taxes here, wherever he is.
Well, the Patreon chibis don't have value because we don't sell them, but you can compare the normal chibi prints, the Jed Henry Chibi Heroes prints we sell are at 1,000 yen each, $10 each.
Yeah.
They go in pairs for $20. So that's the quote value for a very similar size, similar shaped print. So if they need Okay, we're done.
Okay. How many did it end up being?
I didn't count yet, I'm sorry.
Okay, that's all right.
Because we got to pay him, right?
Yep. Okay, and know how many more emails to send to.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Those have slowed down, so I think I'm going to send out
Start the next batch, yes. So there's always people on the mailing list who at some specific moment want it, but then later on change their minds. Right?
Yeah, change their mind.
So cool. This is the sort of the last time they are all together. They will go to our Ome workshop. These are brothers and sisters still packed together, and they're going to be separated at birth and spread all over the world. You know. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another question.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 54, sir.
54.
Pay the man for 54 pence, plus what we owe him for that last previous job on the timing. You got a note?
Okay.
Also, too, before I forget, I got a call last night from Ayumi-san.
Oh.
Taxes, blah, 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 blah. She needs, documentation for what she was paid.
You mean Ohashi, not Shiba?
Yes.
Okay.
No, Ohashi.
Okay.
She needs documentation from last year, April, round to 2018.
All right. We have all
March.
those, so I can just
So it's
make
not our
copies.
calendar year, it's her calendar year, her husband's calendar year.
Yeah, the husband's fiscal year, is that what
Yes,
they call
exactly.
it? Okay. Yep. Okay.
So I said, no problem, I will hand it off to Cameron when he gets here. So I did.
Yeah.